Won the game.
Right, exactly.
Chance not to twist it away in the last 2 minutes.
You know. I was really impressed by the crowd that came out. You know, I know it's free and it was always a good turnout when it's free, but you know, I thought that I honestly believe that a lot of that had to do with us and us promoting it, because you know, the university sent a ton of emails, like an inordinate amount of emails to students about the game.
Ticket holders?
Yeah, to ticket holders. Maybe that had some sort of impact, but to me that's annoying as heck. And I just delete right away. I don't like that, especially if it's the same email coming in 25 times. But I mean, literally, I think it was 8 to 10 emails.
One day.
One day it was 5. Yeah.
Same email came
5 times. So I don't know that. The reason I bring that up is maybe that's something we can convey to them, but I say that because I don't think that has as big of an impact as us on the ground talking to people at Burge, you know, handing out stuff. I think that really helps. In the Pentecrest, like I said to TJ and Rob when we were out there this past week, that seems to be I mean, I wonder, it would be interesting to get some sort of an estimate on how many people we, you know, see or you know, interact with, even if it's just they hear us talking to someone else that walked by. I think it's a solid number over the noon hour during the weekdays. So if there's any way we can keep that up, I think we should. Any other thoughts on the game? Anything go wrong? What went well?
And Greg, maybe you can clarify this too. What, as you're looking at the stands, so those, you know, those tarps, the black and yellow, below that is student section, above is not.
Correct. Oh.
Yeah, that was a big problem. There were a ton of students sitting there that were like getting kicked out of their seats throughout the game and then not like above the tarp. So what technically counts as the student section, where the band is?
Below those tarps, and then those 3 sections on the south end, but
yeah,
go all the way up.
And I think because they're normally like really empty, and maybe just because games aren't heavily attended normally, and students sit there, and students were sitting there and then getting kicked out of their seats.
Because you walked into the game and you went to the desk to get the free ticket.
Right.
And they gave you a free ticket.
They gave me a free ticket, and my free ticket was assigned to a seat above the tarp. And the woman said, be sure to sit in your seats, and we didn't sit in our seats, but the seat that I was assigned to, once we got kicked out of our seats, and then I watched several other students get kicked out of their seats, I went and found where my ticketed seat was, and it was above the tarp.
Yeah.
And
was
so,
someone sitting there?
no, but the seat that we went to, or I don't know, but there were a bunch of students that had that issue, and I was just kind of curious about.
I mean, unless they ran out of student seats, and that's where they just ended up putting people as.
Or like nobody's a ticket holder for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think very many people voluntarily try to sit behind the student section, so
right.
Might have been extra tickets that they had pre-printed that day, and like, all right, we ran out of the student ones, let's start having these out.
Yeah.
I can ask and see. I mean, normally it's just general admission, so.
Well, and it was packed the whole, you know, so it was kind of, and I guess it's not an issue that we've generally had.
Right.
But I wasn't even aware of it, and then. But all around us, it was like we were just, anytime someone walked down the stairs, we were hoping they wouldn't kick us out because all the other seats were taken. But anyway, I was just curious.
No, I mean, I can ask and see why they had assigned some, but.
Yeah, and she was very like, make sure you sit in your assigned seat. And I was like.
Did you get your Zach Carver, or did you get?
Yeah, like we walked in the thing at the south entrance, and a guy was like, oh, for student tickets, and we're like, yeah, and he like directed us through a door. And there was like a table of a couple older women sitting there, and we showed them our reviews, and they gave us tickets, and she said, it's assigned seating.